Welcome to this new video on the Reddit Storylane. The road stretched endlessly ahead, a ribbon of black asphalt cutting through the sprawling, desolate landscape. Early December's sun hung low in the sky, casting long shadows across the secondary roads of New Hampshire. The frost that clung stubbornly to the trees caught the light, creating a stark and glittering panorama. Yajalu gripped the wheel of his 2012 Volkswagen GTI, his eyes scanning the horizon for any signs of danger. It was a routine drive, or so it seemed, but nature had other plans. The sun, blinding in its intensity, hovered just above the tree line. Without warning, it burst through the windshield, a blinding supernova of light. Yajalu squinted, instinctively lifting a hand to shield his eyes, but it was futile. His polarized sunglasses did little to cut through the glare. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Every action helps the channel grow. Thank you for your support, and see you soon for even more exciting content. Damn it, he muttered, leaning forward to peer through the blinding haze. The familiar landscape blurred into obscurity, shadows and light merging into an incomprehensible mess. Time slowed as instinct kicked in. He knew these roads well, their twists and turns etched into his memory, but no amount of familiarity could prepare him for driving blind. He eased off the accelerator, the hum of the engine dropping in pitch, his senses on high alert. Then he saw it, or rather felt it, 20 feet ahead, looming out of the glare like a phantom. A massive truck barreling toward him, steel and chrome gleaming in the merciless sunlight. His breath caught in his throat. There was no time for deliberation, no moment for calm calculation. Reflex took over. Yajalu yanked the wheel sharply to the right, the tires screeching in protest as the GTI veered toward the shoulder. Gravel spat up against the undercarriage, the vehicle shuddering as it left the pavement. The adrenaline spike hit him like a lightning bolt, sharpening his senses to a razor's edge. In those heart-stopping seconds, 1,000 thoughts clamored for attention: the weight of responsibility as a father, the fragility of life, the sheer randomness of fate. His heart thundered in his chest as he fought to regain control of the car, the steering wheel trembling under his grip. Somehow, miraculously, he managed to steady the GTI, the vehicle skimming along the shoulder before finding its way back onto the road. The truck roared past, a monstrous blur of metal and raw power, oblivious to the near catastrophe. Silence followed, heavy and suffocating. Yajalu's breaths came in ragged gasps, his knuckles white against the steering wheel. He pulled over, the car's engine idling as he tried to process what had just happened. The sun, indifferent to the drama it had orchestrated, continued its descent toward the horizon. Yajalu took a moment to gather himself, his pulse gradually slowing. The reality of how close he had come to disaster settled over him like a cold shroud. He thought of his children, his 1.5-year-old son at the care facility, his 14-year-old son, and 13-year-old daughter waiting back home. The thought of not being there for them, of leaving their lives marred by an absence, was unbearable. With a deep breath, Yajalu reached for his water bottle, taking a long sip to steady his nerves. The GTI's interior, usually a place of comfort and control, felt oddly foreign now, like a vessel that had narrowly escaped ruin. But escape it had, and so had he. Gratitude mingled with lingering fear as he shifted the car back into gear. The road beckoned once more, its dangers ever present but surmountable. Yajalu knew he would never forget this moment, a brush with fate that left him more determined than ever to cherish every mile, every turn, and every precious moment with those he loved. As the GTI rolled forward, Yajalu whispered a quiet vow to himself: to keep driving, keep living, and keep outrunning the shadows that life sometimes cast across the road. The highway gradually opened up, with fewer trees lining the sides, offering Yajalu some reprieve from the blinding sunlight. As he settled back into the rhythm of the drive, his mind wandered to his countless road trips. Driving had always been a form of solace, a chance to clear his mind and connect with the world beyond the daily grind. Memories flooded back, the winding coastal roads of Maine, where he'd taken the GTI on spirited drives, the serene back roads of Vermont, where autumn leaves painted the landscape in hues of gold and crimson, and the expansive highways of the Midwest, where the horizon seemed to stretch into infinity. Each journey had left its mark, shaping his understanding of the world and his place within it. But today's encounter was different. It was a stark reminder that even the most seasoned driver could be caught off guard by the unpredictable forces of nature. Yajalu resolved to invest in better sun protection for his car, perhaps a tinted windshield strip or more advanced polarized lenses. Safety was paramount, especially with a family depending on him. As he approached a small town, the sight of a charming cafe caught his eye. The wooden facade and warmly lit windows exuded an inviting charm. Yajalu decided to pull over for a much-needed break. He parked the GTI and stepped out, the crisp winter air biting at his skin. Inside, the cafe was a haven of warmth and comfort. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee mingled with the scent of baked goods. Yajalu found a seat by the window, where he could keep an eye on his car. A friendly waitress approached, her smile genuine. "What can I get for you?" she asked. "Just a black coffee, please," Yajalu replied. As he waited for his order, he observed the patrons around him, a mix of locals and travelers, each with their own stories etched on their faces. The hum of conversation created a soothing backdrop, grounding him after the chaos of the road. When the coffee arrived, Yajalu took a sip, savoring the rich, bitter flavor. It was a small but meaningful pleasure, a reminder that life's simplest moments often held the greatest significance. The near accident had left him shaken, but it had also reignited his appreciation for the present. He thought about his children again, their laughter, their quirks, and the joy they brought into his life. Being there for them, guiding them through life's twists and turns, was a responsibility he cherished. Finishing his coffee, Yajalu left a tip on the table and headed back to the GTI. The engine purred to life as he turned the key, the familiar sound reassuring. The road awaited, and so did the journey ahead. As he merged back onto the highway, the sun now lower in the sky and less blinding, Yajalu felt a renewed sense of purpose. Life was unpredictable, full of both challenges and wonders. But as long as he had the strength to navigate its twists and turns, he would keep driving forward, for himself, for his family, and for the countless adventures yet to come. The road stretched on, taking him past snow-covered fields and quaint farmhouses. Yajalu noticed how the world seemed calmer here, with life unfolding at a more measured pace. It was a stark contrast to the chaotic near-miss he had just survived. The experience lingered in his mind, urging him to be more present, more aware. Soon, he reached a scenic overlook that offered a breathtaking view of the valley below. He pulled over, unable to resist the beauty of the landscape. Stepping out of the car, he stood at the edge of the overlook, the cold wind biting at his face. The valley stretched out before him, a patchwork of fields and forests dusted with snow. The sight was humbling, a reminder of the vastness of the world and his small place within it. As he stood there, Yajalu thought about how life, much like this road trip, was filled with unexpected turns and moments of awe. The key was to keep moving forward, to embrace both the challenges and the beauty that came along the way. Back in the car, he resumed his journey, feeling more grounded. The GTI hummed smoothly as it navigated the winding road. Yajalu's thoughts drifted to his passion for cars and driving. Over the years, he had come to appreciate the artistry and engineering that went into creating a vehicle. The GTI, with its nimble handling and spirited performance, was a testament to that craftsmanship. He remembered how he had meticulously maintained the car, treating it like a trusted companion. The countless hours spent tuning the engine, upgrading the suspension, and detailing the interior had deepened his connection to the vehicle. It was more than just a mode of transportation. It was a reflection of his dedication and love for the open road. As night began to fall, Yajalu switched on the headlights, their beams cutting through the gathering darkness. The road ahead was less traveled now, with only the occasional vehicle passing by. The solitude was comforting, giving him time to reflect on his journey. He thought about the importance of resilience, the ability to adapt and overcome challenges. The near collision had tested his resolve, but it had also reaffirmed his commitment to safety and preparedness. He made a mental note to schedule a thorough checkup for the GTI, ensuring it was in top condition for future drives. The miles slipped by, each one bringing him closer to home. The thought of seeing his children again filled him with warmth. He imagined their faces lighting up as he walked through the door, their voices filling the house with laughter. It was a reminder of why he drove carefully, why he cherished every moment on the road. As he neared his destination, the familiar landmarks came into view. The small bridge,